Stupid truth shows. Yeah, I mean, it's not saying much, like you said. He was probably distracted by something. He's like, I didn't actually get to take a look at it. It's just like, oh, that's nice. Oh, you know what? I'd like to see more because I wasn't paying attention.
I will be honest. I didn't do. I did not do full due diligence and see what Philip Glass's final word on the rods was. But I'll give you something to look for. But now, fans of Art Bell know that he had a huge affinity for cats. So in this clip, Jose gets Art even more invested in rods by saying this.
But he says, I have my cat on video in my house leaping at a rod. And he's got this on video. And you brought that about because, I mean, I wouldn't have thought of filming a cat. I don't own a cat,
Well, I do, and I watch them all the time chase things that are sort of like cat imaginary objects, and you laugh and you say, look at that crazy cat. Well, maybe they're not so crazy at all.
Exactly. And this guy supposedly has a shot of his cat leaping at a rod, snapping at it with his paws, and this rod just zips by.
It's like, rod out. So yeah, now he's got him tuned in on this is catnip for Art, just talking about cats and rods together. He's like, I always knew my cat was weird. It must be rods.
I mean, it's something. I'm sure it's something because we've all seen cats go nuts at around like dusk time. So I don't know if it's just something about the cones and rods in their eyes.
Maybe. Yeah.
But this cat just did that recently. She's always looking at something that I can't see. I always assume it's ghosts, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, some people think that cats have extra, senses and other perceptions of things. So maybe they're seeing things. Maybe it's not just ghosts that they can see. Maybe they can see rods. And how adorable is it just thinking of a cat just chasing a rod around the room, just going under the bed, like just running around trying to catch them. It's just so freaking cute. I would love to see that.
That I would like. Yeah, that would be cute.
Usually it's the other way around. Usually
she never catches them. Yeah.
Usually the cats are the ones getting eaten on this show.
I think it ate my cat.
And it's not the cats
not this time.
Eating the rods,
Yeah, rods are on
notice.
Do
you think
definitely.
Rods taste good?
Actually, we have a little evidence towards a little bit of how they might taste or smell. But I gotta say, I hope y'all like this so far, because the hardest part about doing this episode for me is keeping this thing under 3 hours. Because listening to these two together is extremely clippable. I'll say, as you hear in this next bit where Jose Escamilla, he gives another weird rod tidbit about what they might smell like when they burn. See?
Hey, this one guy came up. He says, man, I was involved in this production of mariachis and charros at this one ranch, and there were these things all over the place. And let me tell you the strange thing about this. They had these halogen lights, real bright halogen lights.
Right.
And they said that things kept snapping into the lights, burning up.
Insects usually, right?
And they said, well, a curious thing about it is, insects usually smell very foul when they burn up.
Yes, right.
Okay, they said that the stench that they smelled was not sour at all. It smelled like somebody was burning steaks. They said, it was really weird. They said, look, it's really weird.
Rod steaks.
Yeah, it was like somebody was burning a steak, having a barbecue or something.
Oh, Jose, you don't suppose if one were to gather enough rods, one could get a small meal?
I'm looking at this and I'm saying, oh no, vampire rod. I mean, God, what smells like steak is blood, man.
All right.
Oh my God, a blood rod. Oh geez, blood rod is back, you guys.
So I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry, before we go on, you got to hit me with soundboard 3 and 4, please, Rob.
You don't suppose if one were to gather enough rods, one could get a small meal?
No, I don't know.
I don't think so.
At least a snack. You could snack on some rods. Hey, well, you got those pretzel rods, didn't you, Russ, for Christmas? So
yeah, milk chocolate covered pretzel rods.
But is that a meal, though? Could you make a meal out of those,
No,
Russ?
It's probably a snack.
An Escamilla, maybe. But play soundboard 4, I take that back.
Oh no, vampire rod.
Oh no, you guys, I pulled my headphones out of the jack. 1 second.
Just play it again.
Okay, I'm back. I got so stoked. Okay.
Just play it again. Just play it again.
Oh no, vampire rod.
Is every appearance...
Oh no, vampire rod.
Jose Escamilla made tons of appearances on Coast to Coast. This is definitely my favorite one. But we're gonna skip ahead now to the final hour of this classic Art Bell, and hear now from our favorite thing about any Coast to Coast: open lines, rod lines. But before we even get the first call, we get a listener fast blast. Which might this fast blast, this is going to give you a good idea where coast to coast listeners stand on rods.
Here's somebody who I guess couldn't resist writing the following. Simply, Art, these are obviously sperm of the gods.
What?
When you think about it, it could be true.
Oh, God.
Whatever it is, oh, God is right.
And, we have all types of people out there just, tuning in. But,
sperm of the gods.
What could I say?
Yeah, I know.
All right, now calm down.
I've never heard Art laugh like that.
He is in love with this, but before we go on, I wonder a lot about the sense of humor of both Art and Jose as they keep talking about rods. You know what I mean? Like do either step back occasionally and just giggle like this, like we've been doing, like anytime rods get brought up? Like, do you think that either of them are kind of like in on that joke? I don't know. What do you think?
They have to be aware of that. Like, well, one, the fact that it smells like steak and when it burns up, they had to be thinking like, oh, great, these rods are made of meat. They're meat rods. Fantastic. But no, I mean, they're having fun with it. It's super cute.
It feels a lot like the sweaty balls SNL Alec Baldwin thing. Like, it does kind of have that vibe.
I don't know. I think when you say stuff like sperm, it's automatically like for them, they're like, aha.
They know.
But I don't think. Well, we are going to find out. But with that being said, before I play this next clip, I want to say, this next Fast Blast chime, this is not me chiming in with this question. I did not go under the alias of David. I am not an opera singer. It's not me, I swear. This is 1999. Okay. Well, let's hear the clip.
Then here's one for you. This is from David, who is an opera singer in Las Vegas. You will see why he's asking this question, an opera singer.
Okay.
Jose, what would happen if a person, while yawning, or perhaps singing with their mouth wide open, should inhale and swallow a rod?
Oh, come on.
All right, there it is. See, it's my biggest fear. This guy brought it up. But do you hear the laugh?
Yeah. That's your biggest fear, Russ? That's your biggest fear.
It could be, maybe after hearing this.
It's such an obvious, oh, yeah.
All right. Well, so we've got the question. All right. Great, Art. Art actually said it. Now let's hear the response to that now.
Should inhale and swallow a rod.
They'll hit the high C. They'll hit that octave. I mean, my goodness, I'd love video of that one. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah. So you don't have any videos of people swallowing rods?
No, not yet.
All right.
Well, no, never mind. I won't go there.
Wait a minute. What do you mean you don't want to go there? Go where?
Oh, God.
Now he's just derailing him.
All right, hold on. Before I go any further, play soundboard 5, please.
So you don't have any videos of people swallowing rods?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Not yet.
Okay. Now, this is something we're talking about their sense of humor and getting this. Now, you heard Art at the end of that clip. He does not get the double entendre of rods at all. And I'm actually going to give him props for that. His maturity level is way above mine. Because when he says, wait. So you
don't have any videos of people swallowing rods?
No, not yet.
And then Jose is trying to Jose realizes the joke and says something like, I'm just not going to go there. And Art's like, whoa. What do you mean you're not going to go there? Art?
Go where? But where are you talking about?
Art's maturity level is way above mine and any of ours, and Jose's for that matter, because he recognizes, I don't know.
He's just that dedicated to keeping the joke going.
Like, I don't think you don't really believe that, do you?
Art doesn't really get it.
Yes, he does.
Jose recognizes how funny what Art just is. So I'm going to give Jose props for keeping it real and having a sense of humor about rods. Look, and if you're the champion of Discover or whatever, a sense of humor is a good thing to have. And obviously Jose had it. I don't think Art really got it in that clip.
I think he's playing the straight man. He's just trying to, what? Tell me, where don't you want this to go? He knows.
I think there was a list of things that he wanted to say, and one of them was just swallow rods. He needed to get that out there somehow.
No. Wait, now, I will hammer this home. Let's hear the rest. No, let's hear the rest of it, and we're going to really hammer it home that Art is not in on the joke here at all.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So you don't have any videos of people swallowing rods?
No, not yet.
All right.
Well, No, never mind. I won't go there.
Wait a minute. What do you mean you don't want to go there? Go where?
Well, no. I'm sure there's videos. No, Art, it's my nastiness coming out here. I don't even want to go there.
All right. Wild card line, you're on the air.
All right, I rest my case, okay?
What are you talking about? He was laughing. He was just like, oh, okay, you're fine. You're not going to take the bait and say fine. He was trying to make him uncomfortable.
Jose says, I'm not going to go there. He's like, whoa, go where? Like, he thinks he's got some secret Rod videos. People are swallowing them. That's all. Art is focused on the actual topic, and Jose is a little lighthearted. That's all.
Oh, man. Okay, sure.
Jose's like, you tempted my dark side. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I couldn't.
Yeah, my nasty mind, or whatever he said.
I couldn't resist adding bewildered Art Bell to the soundboard, so here it is.
What do you mean you don't want to go there? Go where?
Poor Art. You were too good for us. He just... Well,
wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
So I said it was open lines, but I'm going to be honest, the callers were a bit of a snooze compared to those two fast blasts. So I'm going to call it here as far as Art Bell and Jose goes. But look, as you heard, the paranormal community and Art are very positive regarding rods at this time. Even Philip Klass does not dare debunk them. He's not dragging Jose Escamilla to like Larry King and things like that. You know, he's not getting him on there telling him,
you are a goddamned liar.
No, of course not. So Jose is riding high at this point. He continues to research and produce Rod documentaries such as the classics, you know, of course, Rod's Mysterious Objects Among Us and Rod's, the Smoking Gun Evidence, ! And he also made numerous more appearances with Art Bell. But things changed in 2003 when a website called UFO Theater sought to debunk the beloved Rods. And someone, of course, had to go and tattle to Art Bell about it, as we're going to hear on this Coast to Coast from September of 2003. Someone ratted out Jose to Art. It's not pretty.
Well, during the week, I ran into this UFO theater. Some listener out there sent it to me and said, I guess this about wraps up the case for Rods, huh, Art? And so I went to the website and took a look, and that website is listed up there, and I heartily encourage you to go up and take a look before we begin this conversation. There's a series of photographs, and by the way, right on the site, they say we are not skeptics, nor do we wish to promote anything except the truth. We know unidentified flying objects exist. However, we believe that rods have been identified, and they then proceed to prove their case in a series of photographs that when I talked to Jose the other day, and of course he was being at the center of all this, he was very much familiar with the fact the site existed, had seen it, and his words were, quote, yes, it's pretty damning, is what he said.
Ooh.
Damning. Damn Rods.
So now Art is becoming a Rod skeptic of sorts. That's got to be devastating.
Yeah. I mean, nobody wants their rods to be criticized, you know, or like, you know, just looked at bad.
This is about when that tide hit in like about 2003 when like websites could really like had some power and could get messages out. And this is the first thing you go after is poor Jose Escamilla, and you're going to tattle to Art Bell about it right away. He's telling, and Art's like, go check out the site. Yeah, this is just Jose's, you know. So of course, Jose is, what were we going to say, Drea?
Just, you know, because rods have always been a weak case.
It is. And this is kind of the natural flow of things. I mean, he kind of came up in a time when it was hard to debunk stuff. But of course, Art, he gets Jose on, and now he is brought on to answer for his sins on national radio.
Now, on to the subject of rods. Once again, I really thought that Jose Escamilla had something there, and I still think he may. But I also tend to think that the website, UFOtheater.com, kind of blows it out of the water. And pretty damning, here is Jose Escamilla. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Art, how are you?
I'm all right. It's good to have you on.
Hey, it's good to be back, man.
Thank you. I know you worked for years and years on the whole rods concept, and so you were certainly familiar with this website. And as you go through the photographs that are here, Jose, kind of damning as you go through the photographs, there is no question about the fact that what they have here are rods.
Exactly. Well, they're insects emulating rods.
Well...
And
God, I don't know.
That's true. You know, let me tell you.
Oh, that is so tough to hear. And yeah, what this website did, it looked at Jose's rods and it